Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Madhuri Goswami. Welcome back to this lesson. This lesson is prepared for the students of BA, BCom and BSc Part 1, subject General English. We have been studying how to translate from English to Hindi and Hindi to English. During that process, we came to know that we need to know about basic sentence structures and basic sentence patterns in English, and we should have the knowledge of subject-verb agreement, and at the same time, we need to expand our vocabulary. So, dealing with vocabulary, we started learning about verb and conjugation of verbs. And this lesson is a sequel to the part 1 of verb conjugation in English. So let's get started without further ado. Dear students, it's good to have a quick recap of what is conjugation, what is verb conjugation in English. Verb conjugation is the change that takes place in a verb to express tense, mood, person, and so on. In English, verbs change as they are used, most notably with different people and different time. Dear students, please pause the video here and note down this definition, because this might be a bit theoretical for you. So I suggest that you should note it down, read it twice or thrice, then you will be able to understand it clearly. We learned in the previous lesson what is verb conjugation. Now in this lesson, our focus is upon how verbs are conjugated. I hope you remember the importance of verb conjugation. Dear students, when we talk about conjugation, then we need to talk about first to infinitive. Because in English, we have two types of verbs, infinitive and finite verbs. To infinitive is the base form of the verb, and this base form of the verb is changed into different forms just to convey the context, just to tell the number of the subject. It also conveys the time of the action. Just imagine, if we don't use this conjugation of verbs in English, there will be no clarity of meaning and the context would be lost altogether. Now let's take up some more examples, and that will give you a clear idea how the verb to go changes meaning and spelling when conjugated, and how its change changes the meaning of the sentence. Dear students, in sentences में आप verb को notice करें. हमने verb to go का use किया है. How it is used and how its different forms change the meaning. I go to work each day. This is something that still occurs. I went to work each day. This is something that no longer occurs. I will go to work each day. This is something that has not yet happened. Next sentence is, I would go to work each day. This is something that might happen if a condition is met. Next sentence, I'm going to work each day. This is something that is presently occurring. I would have gone to work each day. This is something that might have happened in the past if a condition had been met. I would have gone to work each day if they gave us yummy cookies. Means that if they offered us delicious cookies in the past, I would have gone in the past. Next sentence, I will have gone to work each day. That is something that will have happened when a future condition is met. For example, I will have gone to every game of the season by the championship means that in the future, when there is a championship, I can look back and see that I went to all the games. I will be looking backward from some time in the future. सो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आपने यहाँ देखा कि इन 7 सेंटेंसेस में किस प्रकार वर्ब टू गो को हमने 7 डिफरेंट वेज में कॉन्जुगेट किया और इससे हमें डिफरेंट मीनिंग्स प्रोवाइड हुए, जबकि रेस्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंसेस आर आइडेंटिकल, सेम, देयर इज नो डिफरेंस. This is the conjugation of verb that makes the difference and gives the different meanings. So I hope now you know what is a regular verb, what is an irregular verb, and how the verb is conjugated to provide the different meanings with tenses and persons. Likewise, verbs are conjugated according to the number of the subject and mood and voice of the sentences. Do you know this learning verb conjugation expands your speaking ability by letting you describe yourself and others in new ways. Now let's understand this process of conjugation, how the verbs are conjugated, why the verb are conjugated we have learned, and we have also observed some examples. Now let's know how to conjugate a verb. Verb conjugation occurs constantly in English. The essence of verb conjugations are to match the subject with the appropriate verb based on the time period. And as you know that we call this tense that we have just discussed. There are multiple verb conjugations and each expresses different time periods and are used differently based on context. Which one you use depends on the message you want to convey. Well, to conjugate a verb, we add unique suffixes to its base verb form. Now, what is the base verb form? The base verb form is its infinitive form. As I told you in the earlier part of this lesson, when we discussed the infinitive and the finite verb forms. So, to conjugate a verb, we add suffixes to its base verb form, and the right suffix depends upon the person in a sentence you refer to, who is also known as the subject of the sentence. There are also different suffixes to select from depending on whether the subject is singular or plural and based on the tense you are discussing. That means किसी भी verb की base form से हम उसकी verb को change करते हैं, that is verb conjugation. Verb की base form को conjugate करने के लिए, change करने के लिए उसमें suffixes add किए जाते हैं. For example, to study is the base form of the verb and we add ed at the end of this verb and it becomes studied. So, verb conjugation simply means changing the infinitive form of the verb to match with the number, person of the grammatical subject, like first person, singular, first person, plural, second person, third person, etc. And the verb is also conjugated according to tenses in English. So, dear students, I hope you have understood well what is verb conjugation and why it's important in English grammar. Dear students, here I would like to draw your attention towards some other points related to conjugations in English grammar. As you may have noticed in these sentences that we just discussed, that conjugation is inextricably tied to the idea of verb tenses. A verb cannot be conjugated without reflecting the tense. Otherwise, we would not know when the action of the verb takes place. This is the tense and the conjugation of the verb according to the tense that tells us about the time of the action. There is actually some debate as to how many tenses there are in the English language, with as many as 12 to 16 cited. There's a bit of confusion as some tenses can go by two names. For example, future simple or simple future. The good thing is that most of these tenses are formed by the use of auxiliary verbs such as will, have, be. So, it's not as if you have to learn up to 16 different conjugations. In English, we can break the tenses down to 5 main areas according to some grammarians like past, present, future, perfect, and conditional. Now let's have a look on the past tense conjugations. Let's have some examples. Meeta went to the supermarket. Meeta was going to the supermarket. In the first sentence, we have the simple past, so we used the second form of the verb that is also known as the past verb. But in the second sentence, the tense is the same, but aspect is different. It's progressive or continuous because the action is going on. So we have used was going. Meeta was going to the supermarket. Now let's see some example of the present tense conjugations. We buy vegetables from that store. She is buying vegetables from this store. Just notice the verb forms here. The verbs are conjugated according to the tense. In the present simple, we use the base form of the verb with the plural subjects, persons. So, we buy vegetables from that store. She is buying vegetables from this store. She is buying. Present tense, progressive aspect. Likewise, in the future tense, we add will or shall with the base form of the verb, like Manita and her friend will visit you tomorrow. In the same way, we have perfect tense conjugations and conditional tense conjugations. The examples of these we have seen in the sentences that we discussed in the beginning of this lesson. You can go back to that sentences and just try to identify the perfect and conditional tense conjugations. Dear students, as you can see from the examples above, most verbs are conjugated by the use of auxiliary or helping verbs and the addition of infinitives, gerunds and participles. Now, some basic examples of fully conjugated verbs will be provided to you, and the conjugation in the form of a question and negative will also be provided. So keep your notebook ready and just note them down. We are going to take up the verb to be, to find, to go and to think. Please pause the video on each slide, note them down and then try to understand. Dear students, I hope that all the concepts about verb conjugation in English grammar are crystal clear, as we have taken up various examples to understand what is verb conjugation, why it's important, and how to conjugate a verb, and how to use them in the context of time, tense, person, etc. So now in the next lesson, we will get the list of these conjugated verb forms so that you can understand well how to use them in different contexts and with different tenses correctly. So bye for now. See you in the next lesson. Thank you for joining. Happy learning.